For the psychology and film assignment, I decided to cover the character of Tiffany Maxwell from the movie Silver Linings Playbook. Tiffany is a young widow who struggled with depression after her husband's death. She is artistic and expresses this part of herself through dance. She is also bold and sarcastic. Another important character to consider in this movie is Pat. Pat has bipolar disorder, and he is a very important person to Tiffany. Most of her impulsive behavior surrounding fear of abandonment is associated with Pat. This movie was released in 2012, was written and directed by David O. Russell, and is inspired by the novel The Silver Linings Playbook, written by Matthew Quick. This movie takes place in Pennsylvania in the year 2008. I believe that Tiffany has borderline personality disorder, or BPD, which is a rare personality disorder that results in unstable mood patterns, relationships, and self-image. If Tiffany had sought out therapy in the movie, I think it is probable that she would have been properly diagnosed with BPD. Given that the movie was set in 2008, psychological research, treatment, and professionals would have been available to properly diagnose and treat Tiffany. Culture plays a role in diagnosing a psychological disorder like BPD. Cultural context needs to be considered before making a diagnosis. Stigmas like unstable relationships, impulsivity, recklessness, moodiness, and an unstable self-image are common in our culture, and Tiffany displays most of these symptoms in the movie. Throughout the movie, Tiffany engages in impulsive and irrational behavior in order to avoid abandonment, specifically from the character Pat. Tiffany tells Pat that she will deliver a letter to his ex-wife Nikki, who has a restraining order against him, as long as Pat agrees to train and compete in a dance competition with Tiffany. What Pat did not know is that Tiffany had no intention of communicating with Nikki for him, and she only wanted him to spend time with her. In addition to this, Tiffany is moody, sarcastic, and has angry verbal outbursts throughout the movie. One example of this is during an argument with Pat, Tiffany starts yelling in a crowded street saying that he is harassing her when this was in fact not true. One symptom of BPD that the movie does not focus on, however, is an inconsistent self-image. Tiffany consistently has a negative attitude towards herself and does not seem to fluctuate with her self-image at all. My treatment recommendation for Tiffany would be cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. This form of therapy works to change both thoughts and actions. CBT could help Tiffany identify her irrational thoughts and understand how they affect her behavior. I believe this could be very beneficial for someone with BPD because it would allow them to first change their thoughts about themselves and their circumstances, which would then help them change their behavior. However, Tiffany is a very proud character and would not do anything that someone else tells her to do. So I think the main factors that would prevent Tiffany from getting treatment would be her struggle with self-sufficiency and her belief that therapy would not be able to help her, rather than other factors like time, cost, or any concern about confidentiality. In conclusion, I think that the movie portrayed a very accurate representation of borderline personality disorder. Tiffany displays most of the symptoms that come with this disorder throughout the movie. When it comes to the audience perspective on BPD, I think that the movie sends a lighthearted and hopeful message surrounding borderline personality disorder, bipolar disorder, and other psychological disorders. Thank you.